Oakland Athletics Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Tonight, a 6-game homestand begins, and the Athletics come home feeling good about an impressive series victory over the AL's best, the Tampa Bay Rays. Bob Melvin and the boys finished an East Coast swing, winning 4 of their last 5, with the whole 25-man roster contributing. Tonight will be a matchup of a pair of hot pitchers. Jared Parker's 2 starts for the Green and Gold have been impressive. Parker and his teammates will take on another AL East team, the Toronto Blue Jays. 2011 All-Star Ricky Romero takes the hill. He's boasting a 4-0 record for the Jays and has dominated the Athletics in his career. Game 1, next. Well, the A's are back in Oakland to start a 6-game homestand tonight at the Coliseum. We're looking forward to that. Brandon Inge, first time the A's fans will see him at home, so they're looking forward to that. Ricky Romero, he's taking them out for the Blue Jays. He's pretty good. A's like their chances with their youngster. That's Jared Parker. So there's your pitching matchup. It's the first of a quick 2-game series, the A's and the Blue Jays, coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fossey. I'm Glenn Kuiper. All glad to be back home, as always. But Tampa Bay, the A's played really well. They took 2 out of 3, Ray, and the MVP for the A's in that series, Johnny Gomes.
There's no doubt Johnny Gomes loves to play, but especially going back to Tampa Bay. He played for the Rays. He excelled there. They love him there. But I think the A's like him just as well because he can play some defense. He can hit some home runs. He won the game in Tampa on Saturday, hitting the home run in the 12th inning. Did a great job there. Had a great defensive play. And there's no doubt he plays with a lot of intensity. How about this play? Robbing Carlos Pena of extra bases. He can also steal a base. I don't know there's anything Johnny Gomes believes he cannot do. He can do everything on the field. He loves to play the game, and I think he's very proud also with the 707 area code from Petaluma, California.
And Johnny Gomes will DH tonight, and he will be in the cleanup spot. Yoenis Cespedes out of the lineup. Yeah. We'll talk about that as the game gets going. Ricky Romero is going to pitch for the Jays, and Ray, he is a legitimate number 1.
Well, you mentioned he's had tremendous numbers against the Athletics. He's 4-0 on this season, 4-0 against the Athletics. He pitches very well. He's not overpowering, but a typical left-hander, shows his great ability on the field defensively. But he changes speeds very effectively, has a hard breaking ball down and into the right-handers. But I think the most important thing about him, he knows how to pitch. He's a control man. He knows how to place the ball. If he does that, it's very tough to hit him. You have to go to the opposite field if you're a right-handed hitter. So
the A's like the way they're playing, and the Jays, they think they have a shot in the AL East. So the first of this quick 2-game series is coming up from the Coliseum. It's the Oakland A's and the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll have lineups and first pitch from the O.co when we come back.
on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Beautiful night at the Coliseum, starting a 6-game homestand, 2 against these Blue Jays and then 4 against the Detroit Tigers. A's with the gold tops on, and they take the field behind that young man, the right-hander, Jared Parker. Game time weather for tonight brought to you by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 66 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, 15 miles per hour, but indeed a nice night in the East Bay. So the A's on the field and looking to climb a couple games over the 500 mark. See if they can do that against the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's the Blue Jays lineup for tonight. Starts with that man right there. His name is Kelly Johnson. Johnson at second, Escobar at short, Bautista and Lynn in the middle. 2 good hitters, but they're off to slow starts, both of them. Edwin Encarnacion, just the opposite. He's having a big season. Thames, Laurie, Rasmus, and Aaron Sevilla. That rounds out the Toronto Blue Jays starting lineup.
And it's right-hander Jared Parker, his 3rd start. White Sox, the Red Sox at Boston in his last start, and picked up a win, although he went just 6 2/3 innings, but did a great job. Pitched very well. Good fastball, good breaking ball, curveball, slider, changeup. A lot of good composure, and that's very impressive about the young man. And it was supposed to be Parker tomorrow night, McCarthy tonight. They were going to flip-flop it, McCarthy tonight. So, bottom line, it's Parker tonight, and we hope Brandon McCarthy is able to pitch Saturday.
And we'll talk about the changes in the rotation for the A's the rest of the week. First, let's take a look at the defense for the A's. Smith at left, Reddick in center, Taylor in right, Inge, Pennington, Weeks, and Barton around the infield with Suzuki doing the catching. So that's your A's defensive alignment. And we're set to go. Yoenis Cespedes out of the lineup. And we'll tell you why momentarily.
It's Dallas Braden beside him. He's on the disabled list, but he's happy. Dallas said he was throwing since we last saw him in the last homestand. That's also good news amongst the bad news.
Had a great day so far in a season that all around Major League Baseball is becoming known as the season of injuries. Hit the A's a little bit today. This one's popped up shallow left field. Smith and Pennington coming together. Smith has it, and that is out number 1. Now this is the Yoenis Cespedes situation. In BP today, his regular batting practice session, he was obviously in the lineup. And watch.
His left hand, and unfortunately it's a skipper, Paul Melvin, throwing BP, and evidently held on the bat a little bit longer, and then he let it go at the back end, and it's in his left hand, top of his left hand, to the side, and let's hope by sitting out tonight he'll be ready to go tomorrow. But
we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one.
Well, anything related to the hands when it comes to hitting, it's not good.
You said you had one of those
I
one
had,
time.
but he's smarter than I was. He sat out, is sitting out.
Here's Escobar.
But there's no doubt with Cespedes, and Josh Reddick moves over to center field. He's capable of playing in that position. Coco Chris still on the disabled list. Probably he might be there had he been on the active roster. But it all comes down, as you said, to the guy on the mound, number 11. Good pitching, and the rest can take care of itself.
Facing Yunel Escobar, the shortstop, hitting .254, a homer, and 12 RBIs. Bit off the plate, 3-1. And after Escobar hits, we'll give you the starting pitching situation, which has been updated for the rest of this week. 3-1 pitch is just a shade low, very close pitch, and it's a 1-out walk to Escobar. So Parker's pitching tonight. Brandon McCarthy is going to pitch tomorrow. McCarthy has a little bit of soreness in that shoulder, so McCarthy is going to be pushed all the way back to Saturday. So tomorrow, Tyson Ross. Thursday, Bartolo Colon. Friday, Tommy Malone. And then Saturday, the A's are hoping that Brandon McCarthy will feel a little bit better and he'll be able to go. So that's the situation with Brandon McCarthy. So there's obviously a little concern there as well. So the shuffling has been done, and that's the pitching matchups for that 4-game series starting on Thursday. And again, McCarthy scheduled for Saturday. Hopefully he feels good enough to go.
3-1 pitch to Escobar, called low, and you saw the shot of Bob Melvin as we were discussing the pitchers, and he was asking his catcher Kurt Suzuki, was it called low? Well, then the first pitch to Bautista was up about the letters and called a strike. So I think Mark Carlson pretty much established his strike zone up in the zone, not so much down, which can be a negative for a pitcher, although Parker is not a sinker ball pitcher.
Rest of the umpires: Hickok's at first, Rapuano, the crew chief, at second, Angel Hernandez is at third.
So Eddie Montague, I said, put on a uniform. What are you just walking around up here for? You know, I think he's had enough though. A lot of years.
Strike called. 2-2 to Jose Bautista. Slow start for the slugger. 5 homers, 15 RBIs, but just a 183 batting average.
But always scary. Wow, always scary. And there's no doubt with the success he's had the last 2 or 3 years with home runs. And oh, got it.
Picked him up.
Caught him napping.
So Escobar is picked off.
That was just not going anywhere. Just kind of casually standing there, and very quick move by Parker, and it's like Escobar didn't see him make the move, and then tried to get back quickly. Good throw and a very good tag, and Ed Hickox liked it.
You just wonder how that happens. I guess if you glance away even for a second.
That's it. And it just happens to be the pitcher making the move at the time when maybe the eyes go to see where the infielders, the outfielders are, just that moment. But it worked.
3-2 now to Bautista.
He definitely got him, and Barton with a quick tag as Escobar was going back with the hand, got him up the elbow before the hand reached the bag.
3-2 pitches, line foul. Adam Lind would be next. 2 outs here in the first inning. That pitch is just a bit down and away, so the second walk of the inning. So Lind will hit, the left-handed hitter.
2 guys looking at their numbers are definitely struggling, and that's Bautista and Lind, 3-4 in the batting order. John Farrell, the manager, though, just patient with these guys. And speaking of patience, that's one of the problems Adam Lind has had. He was a little bit aggressive. They wanted to be more patient, became too patient. Passive in his approach and trying to get him back to where he was, not so much of taking pitches, but just letting it go. And he has the power, as we saw a couple years ago. Hit a lot of home runs, won the Silver Slugger Award.
First pitch is low to Lind, but he is struggling. Blue Jays still scoring a fair amount of runs, but the big year was 09 for Lind. Not the same since. Not bad last year, 26 and 87.
But you think with the one guy who loads up and is as aggressive as anyone, and Jose Bautista, who hits in front of it, I don't think the word passive would ever enter in his mind as far as his approach. But sometimes a hitter swings at pitches and you say, well, why are you doing that? But John Farrell, an excellent pitcher, pitching coach with Terry Francona for 4 years, baseball operations with the Tribe. Now I'm second-year manager, a good year last year for him.
So 1-1 the count. Right at 500 last year.
In a tough division.
Yep.
Very tough.
That one bounced slowly toward Barton, who's got it, steps on the bag side, retired. Couple of walks, but no damage done. And Parker gets through the first. spot against Ricky Romero. And here's the lineup for the Athletics. Weeks, Pennington, Reddick, Gomes, Inge, Smith, Suzuki, Martin, and Taylor.
And if somebody could say they owned a club, it'd be Ricky Romero saying he owns the A's. And it looks like he owns everybody else. 6 starts, 4-0, 364 earned run average. But a very good left-handed pitcher, as the A's know well.
First pitch to Weeks. He slaps one into right field, a base hit.
That's the best approach you can take against Ricky Romero. And get him early if you can.
And the A's off to a good start here in the bottom of the first. The defense for the Blue Jays. Thames at left, Rasmussen center, Bautista in right. Laurie, Escobar, Johnson, and Lynn third at first, with J.P. Arancibia doing the catching. So leadoff man aboard. Here's Pennington. Weeks with 5 steals in the early going, 5 for 7. He's come in 15 and 14. They're 6 and 7 at home. The bunt. Romero spins around, throws in time to get Pennington. So sacrifice for Pennington. Weeks is in scoring position for Josh Reddick.
Ricky Romero, as we showed in our open, his ability to field his position, which makes it very nice, although that ball between the pitcher's mound and the third baseline, if he gets it down the line a little bit more, might have been a little more difficult with the speed of Pennington, but excellent play by Romero, but he gets a sacrifice out of it anyway. So it's really a no-lose situation. Now you get a base hit or a sacrifice, and you gotta like it.
Reddick pops a foul back. So Escobar, the shortstop, sneaking way in, and to the point where he was just standing at second base like he was a first baseman.
And surprised that Romero didn't step off. In fact, Reddick's first swing looked like he's trying to find the hole between third and second with that big gap at shortstop. And there it is, because of they expect him to pull. And we saw Tampa Bay with some drastic shifts. Blue Jays do the same.
Reddick again fouls at left side, 0-2 the count.
You look at this alignment, they're playing Reddick to pull the ball to the ground, but at the outfield, they're shifting the other way over here. And that's the figure. If he hits the ball in the air, he's going to hit the left field. If he pulls it, he'll hit it on the ground to the right side.
So 0-2 to Reddick, 263 with 5 home runs. Escobar, this time there is a pickoff attempt. It goes into center field. Rasmus has a good arm. The throw to third is late. Well, it looked like a pickoff attempt that was in slow motion.
Yeah. Well, even for the standpoint of Rasmus in center field, and if you're a center fielder and you see the guy throw, you've got to start breaking in, not wait until the ball gets past the infielder. There's the daylight. He put the glove up. Escobar did, but then Romero threw the ball into Jamal Weeks. A little slow getting up, but still able to make it to third. And now a big swing here by Josh Reddick.
Reddick lays off, and it's 1-2. So the error on Romero. That's the 26th error of the year for the Jays, and that's quite a few. What is it? Good chart to look at.
He's throwing one of those big curveballs that he seems to hit for home runs.
Lays off that one, 2-2. That is a big sweeping curveball. The A's coming off a game on Sunday in St. Petersburg where they scored a season-high 9 runs. Offense was clicking big time. Two, and that was that breaking ball, and this one maybe a little more hittable. Ray, as a hitter, isn't that big breaking ball hard to throw for a strike for a pitcher, but it's hard to hit as well, right?
except lefty on lefty. I think it's easy. We see some pretty good numbers by left-handed hitters against left-handed pitchers, but it's a breaking ball. They can see it better. They see the spin, and they figure it's going to break out of the strike zone. Or in this case, it just hung there for Reddick and ended up missing it. But
so it's really just because it's such a big break. As a hitter, you see that it's a curveball right away.
If it's lefty-lefty. Yeah. And even, I think, if it's lefty throws it to a righty and it's a big breaking ball, hitters have a tendency to freeze on it, give up on it because they don't think it's going to be a strike. Then it breaks into the strike zone.
Okay.
But Reddick, I mean, this whole at-bat just changed after the first 2 pitches fouled off. Then all of a sudden he's got a runner at third, 1 out, infield playing in.
3-2, and he got him on a foul tip. Here in Sebia hangs on, so a big out there for Romero.
And with the slider, it's not surprising. Pitchers do not like to give in run-scoring situations. That pitch out of the strike zone. But Romero went to it, and Reddick just opened up enough to the point that he swung over the top of the ball.
No surprise with guys like Romero. The really good ones usually tighten things up when guys are on base, and he has the ability to get a strikeout. So Gomes trying to come through with a 2-out hit. Gomes 255 with the 5 home runs. I think Johnny Gomes had a lot of fun over the weekend.
Yes, he did.
There was some nice articles written about him in the paper. How popular he was with the Rays. He went out and had a heck of a series.
Oh, and everybody talks about you, including your manager, your former manager, now your opposing manager, and your former teammates, and everybody talking great about the attitude as a player and in the clubhouse.
Yeah, this is not your current team talking about you. This is your former team, which is pretty cool.
I'd like to see him have the green light here. Might have it, just a matter of the type of pitch he gets. Change-up grip. That is a circle change-up. Almost looks like he's going to throw it 3-0.
Low, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So Gomes is aboard, and that'll bring up Brandon Inge.
Batting in the 5th position, third baseman, number 7.
Tommy Malone said it best. Gave up 4 runs in the first inning Sunday. Walked 3, hit batter, 4 runs. But he said when Brandon Inge hit the home run, gave him a 5-4 lead, said it was like a whole new game. He said,
yes, it was.
He said, they got me back to ahead. He went 5 innings, got a second 12-out save. They did it in Anaheim for a win. Same in Tampa on Sunday, but for him as a young pitcher, every start is a learning experience, and that's the beauty of being a young pitcher, not having a lot of starts, and so you learn something every game that you pitch.
I said to him on the plane, I said, "Hey, nice job, wins a win." He said, "Yeah, kind of." So he knows he can be a lot better, but
course,
hey, you get you pitch so-so and get a W.
This is where he started to feel very good about himself after Brandon Inge just crushed the ball. Matt Moore had a 4-0 lead and coughed it up quickly. And Brandon Inge, his first home run as the Athletic. And I don't think there's any doubt that that man, number 7, wearing a beautiful gold jersey, is thinking about Thursday when his former team comes into town. Seeing him in the white shoes, wearing the green and gold, playing third base for the A's.
Got one inside corner call to strike. We talked to Brandon Inge post-game show and said, "Hey, what are you going to be doing on Monday?" He said, "I got to find a place to live." Yeah. Slowly hit. Escobar, the shortstop, goes across the diamond. Inge is retired, so the A's strand a pair in the first. We're headed to the second inning, no score. First inning, neither one could push a run across, so no score. Second inning, here's Edwin Encarnacion, the DH. And this young man is having a terrific start to the season. Look at the numbers: 9 homers, 25 RBIs. And with Bautista and Lind struggling, well, the Blue Jays must be thrilled with the year Encarnacion is having. He's retired here. Well, that is out number 1. Big story tonight in Major League Baseball. Check it out. Josh Hamilton, 4 home runs in Baltimore. He went 5 for 5, had a double, 4 homers, and 8 RBIs. Not too shabby.
I would say, not knowing exactly the 4 pitches or 4 at bats, but maybe he saw about 6 pitches. He's as aggressive a hitter as there is. He was not a pitch that he doesn't like to swing at.
Well, we have the list of people who have hit 4 home runs in a game. In the American League, Hamilton, and Ray, you'll remember some of these: Carlos Delgado, Mike Cameron did it in 2002, Rocky Colavito back in 1959, Pat Siri in 1948, Lou Gehrig did it back in 1932. Now that's just in the American League. 4 homers in a game, very impressive. 2 pitch to Thames is fouled back. In the National League, Sean Green, Mark Whitten, Bob Horner, Mike Schmidt, Willie Mays, Joe Adcock, Gil Hodges, Chuck Klein, Ed Delahanty, and Bobby Lowe.
I want to say Joe Adcock hit one to the warning track of the wall in center field for his 5th at bat. Almost doing something never been done.
I think Mays did the same thing. I think he flied out to the warning track.
Bautista's capable. There's guys that are home run hitters, and Josh Hamilton had a week's worth of work done in one night. But Bautista, talking to his manager John Farrell about his exhibition he put on at Target Field last year in Minneapolis in a 4-game series. It's unbelievable.
Weeks has it. Thames is retired, so 2 ground ball outs for Jared Parker. So that's the big story in Major League Baseball tonight. Hamilton, 4 home runs, and Texas beats the Orioles 10-3.
Yeah, how many pitchers gave up the 4? 3 pitchers, 4 home runs.
Don't forget that double.
See, that's when they talk about Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. And don't know the numbers, but he might have faced the same pitcher, who knows, 30, 40 games, you know,
sure,
all the way through. But in today's world, when you have so many different pitchers, just like tonight, it's 4 home runs off of 3 different guys.
Yeah. And you have the specialty guys now.
Exactly.
You have the closers.
And you have to be concerned that they're even going to pitch to you. You have that kind of a streak going.
Right.
And of course, if you do, you're going to be swinging a lot of things, not up to take a walk.
So 2-1 the count to Brett Laurie. 3 home runs. Shoots this one toward Weeks, who has shifted a couple steps to his right. He's got 3 ground ball outs for Jared Parker in that 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. brought to you by Provident Credit Union. Provident Credit Union's super reward checking is better than free. Big. No score, bottom of the second inning. A's and the Blue Jays. Smith, Suzuki, and Barton against Ricky Romero. So a couple of lefties against Romero in this inning. Smith was the late addition to the lineup. He went into left field. Outfield got changed around a little bit. Bouncer towards second. As Kelly Johnson step onto the outfield grass, has it for out number 1.
A's have teamed up with Wells Fargo to support our local schools. Bring your new school supply donation worth $5 or more to Friday home games, and you get a 2-for-1 field level ticket voucher. The Wells Fargo and Oakland A's school supply drive at every Friday home game this season, teaming up to make a difference.
One out for Kurt Suzuki, hitting in the 7th spot. So we told you the A's record of 15-14. The Blue Jays are 16-13 on the year. 6 at home, 8-7 on the road. They were off yesterday after splitting a 4-game series in Anaheim. They won the first 2 in that series, both with shutouts, and then they lost the last 2. This is stop number 2 in a 3-city trip for them. They will go to Minnesota for a 4-game series Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they got to be gone the rest of the week. A's will be home for 6 and then back out on the road. I guess we're all right with the next road trip, though. With 2 in Anaheim, 2 in Texas, and then back home, and then the road games in San Francisco.
Well, even better, Mickey Morbido, great A's director of team travel, able to get a 4:05 start in Anaheim to make it easier to get into Texas, where you lose 2 hours, and the Rangers, a day game on Thursday, getaway day.
We'll take it.
Absolutely, and come back and play the Giants across the bay.
So Suzuki with the 1-out walk. Second walk issued by Ricky Romero. So Barton will hit. So the A's with 3 lefties in the lineup against Romero: Reddick, Smith, and Barton. First pitch is a fastball called a strike from Romero. A's stranded a pair in the first. They had a runner at third and 1 out. Romero worked his way out of it. And that an off-speed pitch, a changeup maybe or something. Breaking ball that just slipped out of his hands.
Curveball didn't break right at his head and able to duck down, and fortunately ducked down and away from the ball. Sometimes you see guys duck down, they hit them right in the back of the helmet. Barton able to at least move back off the plate.
That went outside, so the count 2-1 to Barton, hitting .220 with a home run. Michael Taylor will be in the on-deck circle.
You just have to try to figure out a way to score a run or 2 off Ricky Romero. It's so good. And the A's had their opportunity in the first inning thanks to his own error.
2-2 the count. Romero trying to go to 5-0. We're in St. Petersburg. We talked a lot about the draft, first-round draft picks, and Romero doing what a high draft pick should do. He was the 6th overall pick in the 2005 draft. 6th overall out of Cal State Fullerton. pick that high, you should be an ace, and he is. Breaking ball, bounce towards second. Johnson spins, gets the out at second. No throw to first. Last time Romero started a game here in Oakland was August, and he was pretty good that day.
August 18th, Trevor Cahill had nothing. He just gave up 3 hits. Romero did, going the distance and all working. 6 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Trevor went just 5 1/3 innings, but Romero, all he got was a little run support early, and then they tacked on, but he didn't need much. 7-0. 2 games he started last year, both with Trevor Cahill on the mound.
Hit tough on the ace. 4-0. Look at that ERA, 1.49. First pitch to Taylor is a strike. This is his 4th year. His first 3 years, Romero 13-9, 14-9, and 15-11. So you tack on 4-0 this year. His career record is 46-29. That's pretty good. And 0-2 pitch. Taylor swings and misses. So a couple of strikeouts for Ricky Romero so far in the game. And we're scoreless after 2 at the Coliseum. Bay Area teachers that make a difference. Visit csncalifornia.com and vote for the 2012 All-Star Teacher. Check out the finalist bios and video features. Tonight's finalist is April Silva. She's in attendance and she teaches 7th and 8th grade at John F. Kennedy Junior High in Hanford. And that is April right there. To vote for April Silva, text Teacher E to 82653 or vote online at csnbayarea.com. So we say to April, keep up the good work.
We say to Mark Carlson, what is your strike zone? That low first pitch was called a strike, but he'll take it. Parker with the strike zone up and down, changing a little bit.
Rasmus, Aaron Sebia, and Johnson for the Blue Jays here in the 3rd. 210 the average for Colby Rasmus. Blue Jays as a team 5th in the league make that 4th in the league in runs scored. 5th in the league in home runs hit. Hitting .239 as a team.
Well, one guy, as we well know, that's always available, especially late in the game, maybe if you want to put him in for running.
Weeks has it pop off his glove, scrambles after, throws in time to get Rasmus.
Well, there's a case where Rasmus thought he had lined out, and maybe didn't get out of the box as quickly as he should have. And any slight hesitation, and it's understandable. You hit a ball, you're upset, line drive right at somebody. He crushed it. Jamal Wiggs may have crushed it so hard right out of his glove, but he really hustled. And Jamal able to recover quickly enough to throw out Rasmus, who does run well. Good thing about that, it did not knock Jamal Wiggs down at his feet. But that ball was smoked. But how many times you see a hitter hit a ball right at somebody? Oh, shoot. And then all of a sudden it clanks out of the glove because it's hit so hard. But good job by Wiggs to recover quickly.
Aaron Sebia does not swing. Wow.
There it is. And see that slight hesitation. Camera work, guys, because that was just enough right there for him not to beat it out. And that's a base hit if he runs out of the box. But too many times you see guys just upset that they hit a ball right at somebody.
2-1 to Aaron Sebia, who's got a couple of home runs and 15 RBIs. Shoots that one toward right, and that's going to get down, and that's going to go into the corner. Taylor picks it up, and Aaron Sebia has the first hit for the Blue Jays. It's a one-out double.
Very good hitting. Stayed inside the ball. It was really kind of middle of the plate. A little late on the swing inside out, and line drive to right field. He's again at 4 for 4 first major league game, including a couple of home runs. And a very good job catching for John Farrell, hand of the pitching staff. And another product of good catching coach and Don Wakamatsu. Did a great job with Kurt Suzuki and now with Aaron Sebia.
1-0 to the leadoff man Kelly Johnson, who hit a fly ball to center field. There's one of the nice guys in baseball, Don Wakamatsu.
They are a native. Bench coach here, went to Seattle as a manager and probably should still be there. And Eric Wedge doing a good job, but Don Wakamatsu really didn't have that much of a chance after success in his first season. But landed back with the Blue Jays and probably will manage again in the future. He's a good man.
Two and 0. Swing and a miss. So a 2-0 changeup, and Johnson really kind of swung like it was an off-speed pitch, and it was.
So often you see a runner in scoring position. Showed the numbers with Ricky Romero. Pitchers don't like to give in, and if they have good off-speed stuff, they will throw it. A situation where you have a chance for the guy to drive it to run. And a good changeup will get a lot of hitters out. Guy's shaking his hand. He said, I don't want to shake your hand. Give me the baseball. Yeah, I can see it now. Give it back to me. Got my glove. He caught the ball. I'd hang on to it also.
That one's hit to left center. Going back is Smith. Still going back. He's at the wall, and it is gone. Kelly Johnson goes the other way, and that's a 2-run homer, and the Blue Jays lead 2-0. Well, he may be hitting in the leadoff spot, but he does have good power.
Number 5, Yunel Escobar.
Well, you're just hoping it was going to be a fly ball, maybe to the warning track, maybe even off the wall, but instead over it. And that is some great opposite field power, although he didn't really swing like it was going to be going as far as it did. But good swing. No heavy air yet, and still Smith, you heard it bang against the out-of-town scoreboard.
Well, a night game. It's starting to cool off. You just don't see left-handed hitters hit home runs the other way that often, but Johnson has done it before. 3-0. Does look like Ray. Like Parker's his control just a little bit off.
Yeah.
And a 4-pitch walk to Escobar. That's his 3rd walk in the game. He has not struck anybody out. The only out here in this inning was that line shot that Weeks got in the glove and then scrambled after it.
Now batting, number 19, Jose Bautista.
So here's Bautista. Bautista walked in the first inning. And he skies this one to left. Smith going back. Still going back. He's in front of the wall and he makes the catch. Tagging up is Escobar. And Kurt Suzuki is hurt. I think maybe the backswing got him, and Bautista has a big backswing.
Well, it knocked his catcher's mitt off his hand. And of course, it's the same left hand that he got drilled by Buchholz in Boston. And if he got it on the back of it, remember, he's wearing a pad on his hand when he hits, but not when you catch it. And man, it probably got him the same spot as the pitch baseball did. Unless it's on the wrist, but Waldhorn taking his batting glove off carefully. But he has such a violent swing, Bautista does, and there's the follow through, and Kurt Suzuki went up to catch the ball, receive it, and the follow through got him. And see Bautista looking back, probably something he's done before, because Suzuki could not get his hand out of the way quickly enough.
But he really does have a long backswing.
Well, I just missed a home run too. It came close, but more concern though is Kurt Suzuki's hand. Well, real speed.
I asked Kurt last night, hurt the hand. I said, how does it feel when you catch? He said, the problem is, and Ray, you would know this better than anybody. He said, the problem is it's fine if you catch the ball just perfect in the pocket. He said, but you don't do that every time. And if you don't catch it just perfect, he said, then it jars it and then it hurts it. He said, so you find yourself trying to catch it perfect, and that's hard to do.
And that hand is taking a beating. There's no doubt. I mean, it's not something you would even think about wearing protection when you're catching. But with a follow through, the only solution to that is move back a little bit behind the hitter.
So this is Adam Lind, who bounced out to end the first inning. A 2-run homer by Kelly Johnson here in the third as Blue Jays on the board. Roped. Taylor in right on the run, and a basket catch by Michael Taylor. So Taylor makes a nice running catch. Johnson with the 2-run homer. 2-0 Jays as we go to the bottom of the third.
coming up this Friday when the A's play the Tigers. Get a Swingin' A's fleece blanket presented by the Bay Area News Group. Stay warm at A's Night games all season long with this great throwback item. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets.
Weeks goes after the first pitch, drives it to center. Rasmus going back, still going back, and he turns around and makes the catch. Well struck ball by Jamal Weeks.
Good to see him aggressively going after the pitches by Ricky Romero. There's 2 pitches that he's seen. Base hit to right field, and this one, maybe the air knocked it down a little bit. Good swing, good extension, and Jamal Weeks almost got one over the head of Rasmus. He does run well, Rasmus does, and tracked it down.
First pitch to Pennington, down and away. Pennington had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. That got Weeks to second base. Just could not get him home. Breaking ball stays outside. Reddick will be next, top 3 in the order for the A's. That was lined to left. Getting back there quickly is Thames. He's got it. It's a well hit ball by Pennington, but it's an out. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card. Titans title team, that's Cal State Fullerton. Kurt Suzuki had the game-winning RBI in the title game of the College World Series against the Texas Longhorns. Gave his team a 3-2 win. Winning pitcher, all-tournament team, Ricky Romero. Won game 1 of the College World Series. Remember Jason Windsor? Minor leaguer for the A's, pitching in the big leagues for a little bit. He was on that team as well. So Suzuki and Romero led Cal State Fullerton to the 2004 College World Series championship. Pretty good memory for those two. Low throw, unable to be dug out by Adam Lind, and Reddick is aboard. Little sinker to first.
Well, Josh Reddick inside out swing, but the thing he did do was run hard to first base. And Escobar, maybe like the other Escobar from Kansas City, an easy play, maybe too easy. And just threw the sinker, and Adam Lind, actually a short hop, couldn't come up with it, but came out of the box quickly, and that's one thing the A's hitters have done since day 1 of spring training. And it's a ball that should have been handled, not necessarily by Lind because it was a short hop in the dirt, but should have been a better play by Escobar to get the 3rd out of the inning.
The air is given to the first baseman.
No. Are you kidding me? What is wrong?
Let's see if this
ball's
ball
in the dirt. Wasn't it?
Let's see. You'll know right here.
Okay. It's in the dirt.
It was in the dirt.
It's in the dirt. The ball's in the dirt. It's air on the throw.
So that's the second air by the Blue Jays. Gives Gomes a chance to hit.
See, he's upset because he thinks he got the air.
He does. He's going to be happy to know that Adam.
Well, he'll actually feel worse if the air stands because, you know, it's just like a ball hitting in the dirt for a catcher. If it hits the dirt, it's a wild pitch, automatic. You know, you throw a ball to second or third. If you're catcher, the ball's in the dirt. Guy doesn't catch it, it goes to the outfield, it's E2. So why on this, and maybe the official score just didn't see the ball hit the dirt.
So 1-0 to Gomes. So this will force Romero to throw more pitches. Just how many remains to be seen. And there's a base hit. So there you go. If you can get a guy to have to throw 10, 11, 12 more pitches. That's an inning later in the game that he's not going to be able to throw.
Not even more so. Johnny Gomes hit this ball on the line in between short and third. If he got under the ball, it's a 2-run home run. But Johnny, good swing after walking on 4 pitches his first at bat.
So Gomes stays hot. And the A's have 2 on, 2 out. And here's Brandon Inge. Inge came up with first and third and 2 outs in the first and grounded out. So another RBI opportunity for the A's third baseman. First pitch is there for a strike.
This is where a hitter goes to play Brandon Inge, the same exact couple of runners on base as was the case the first inning. How he was pitched then, how he's going to be pitched in this at bat. Jammed him his first at bat on a 2-1 fastball.
Swing and a miss, and a good changeup. Down and away. Inge missed it. 0-2 the count.
Again, runner in scoring position. Fastball inside corner. Change up away.
And he got him swinging. So on 3 pitches, Inge strikes out, strands a couple more. So the A's have stranded 5 through the first 3 innings. They trail 2-0. Players to lead the majors in home runs in consecutive seasons.
For the Blue Jays, number 10, Edwin Encarnacion.
Lead the majors in home runs in consecutive seasons. Encarnacion to lead it off for the Blue Jays. 2-0 Jays lead on the Kelly Johnson 2-run. He's popped up right near the mound. Inge behind the mound makes the catch.
Interesting play by Kurt Suzuki as the 4 infielders converged on the fly ball, and Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, followed the runner down the first baseline to be the first baseman. And ball drops. He rounds the bag a little too far. There's Zook to make the put out. So good hustle by Kurt Suzuki. Hand must be feeling better.
Thank goodness. Eric Thames, the hitter. Eric Thames, of course, from the Bay Area. Lives in San Jose, born in Santa Clara.
Strong young man. Last year, first time in the big leagues.
Bellarmine Prep in San Jose, and they've produced a few pretty good athletes.
Marcus Thames, Eric Thames.
Don't confuse me now.
It's the same spelling, different pronunciation.
Same swings and misses. So that's out number 2, and that's the first strikeout for Jared Parker.
Mixing the pitches quite well now. It took him a little slow start, as was the case with Tommy Malone on Sunday. A's were able to bounce back, score runs for Malone. Hope to do the same tonight for this young pitcher, and especially against one of the best pitchers in the league.
Laurie grounded out to second in the second inning. And this one's lined into left center field, a base hit. Laurie's very fast. He hits the bag at first, and he's digging for 2, and he's going to make it with a head first slide as the throw is airmailed over second base. You want to see a guy thinking about a double right out of the box? That was Brett Laurie. He's very fast.
A ball just scooted off speed and over the head or to the side of Cliff Pennington. Once it headed towards the gap, he was thinking a double, and it was going to be a good idea with 2 outs to try for it. Strong throw by the center fielder tonight, Josh Reddick. You see, the guy was running hard like that and actually got drilled. Sorry. That's true.
I know. No, I'm still in disbelief that Cole Hamels admitted that he did it.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Well, I remember when Eric Burns first joined the A's in Cleveland. And we knew Burnsy, the way he just hustled all the time. He ran hard at first on a walk, and he, just running all over the place. He was drilled in that series, and the pitcher admitted he drilled him because he was running and hustling too hard.
Old school.
Kind of, the way you're supposed to play the game. And they drilled him. The reliever drilled him because he said he was showing up the club at trying to run too hard. Well, Brett Laurie plays the game the right way. Plays hard. We saw him last year in Toronto when he first came up. Rajay Davis always taking the extra base. There he's talking hitting with Wayne Murphy. Murph back where he patrolled the center field area so gracefully.
Well, if you feel the need to throw at the guy because he's a rookie and you want to make your statement, whatever. But admit to it?
Nope. Well, unless you want to get suspended, which he did.
Oh my goodness. It's a head scratcher. 2-1 to Erasmus. Just outside. 3-1.
So you do that nationally, you get drilled yourself in your pitcher because pitchers hit. That is the difference, the 2 leagues. See how that changes next year when there's an Italy game every day.
3-1 pitch is a changeup outside.
Now for the forward right choice, and this is what he did. May 1st last year.
Number 9, Dave.
That was it right there. So Laurie was our forward right choice. Walk-off home run. One of 3 active players hit multiple walk-off homers before turning 23 years old. Who were the other 2 guys? Carl Crawford and Ryan Zimmerman. Second career walk-off.
He was happy.
Yeah, he was happy. You know what? It's all right. Why not?
He started his first day in the big leagues playing that way, and he's played every game since then.
I don't think that's going to change.
No.
That one in there, first strike to Aaron Sebia. So 2 on, 2 out. Parker trying to work his way out of a jam.
Well, he's throwing a better changeup, and that's good because at least he has that to go with a fastball and his curveball.
Swing and a miss. 93 miles an hour. Laurie drifted a little ways off second base. 66 pitches for Parker. You see too many balls, 33 and 33. Learn a lot about a guy when he maybe doesn't have his top-notch control. Dancing around at second. The 1-2 pitch is hit towards center and hit well. Reddick getting back there, and he can't find it, and he dives, and he caught it. Wow, that saved 2 runs.
Just a little bit of twilight, and what a great recovery.
So Reddick indeed recovers and makes a pretty nice play. Of the 4th inning, but Josh Reddick recovered, and by making the catch, saved a couple runs.
Well, it is a tough sky right now. I'm not surprised, and of course he has played right field every game with the exception of tonight. Broke back and then able to recover once he found the ball to come back in. It's a different angle when you're playing the corner and all of a sudden you move to center field. Jonas Cespedes found out against Seattle early in the season, so it is adjustment, a change, and Reddick has played center, but when you don't do it for 29 games into the 2nd month, that is a big change here.
Seth Smith to lead it off. He'll be followed by Suzuki and Barton. Smith grounded out in the 2nd inning. Big swing and a miss. .48 pitches for Ricky Romero. He's been a little bit more efficient than Jared Parker.
You could just see Tommy Malone, Jared Parker, the young staff of the A's, and look at Ricky Romero, how much he has grown at the major league level, pitching as well as he has, and you can see that in the future of the A's pitchers, same way.
Yeah, you're curious to see what Jared Parker is going to be pitching like if he had 3 full years under his belt, like Ricky Romero did. Same thing with, like you said, Malone. 2-2 to Smith. Outfield shaded toward left center. That one It's line at Rasmussen center. Comes in, he dives, and he short hops it. Kicks away, and Smith has a leadoff single.
Hey, John, the A's for our inaugural Youth Sports Movie Night, driven by Chevrolet this Saturday. Post-game highlights for this event include a movie viewing on the field and an autograph item for kids 14 and under. In addition, all participants will receive a snack after the game. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or go to oaklandathletics.com/youthsports. Must purchase a special ticket for this event to participate in the festivities.
Be a good weekend of baseball. The 4-game set against the Detroit Tigers. Tigers are playing up in Seattle right now, and they are leading the Mariners 5-1 in the bottom of the third. Verlander and Millwood, the pitching matchup at Safeco Field. And last night the Mariners scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning and beat the Tigers 3-2. Suzuki bunts it, and it's going to turn foul. So our first look at Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder together. Tough to find a better 3-4 hitters in baseball. Cabrera has 7 home runs on the year. Prince Fielder has 4.
And Cabrera's playing very well at third base.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
doing a pretty good job, huh?
Lost a lot of weight and very strong arm. Played third, of course, for the Marlins before he was traded to the Tigers. First base, and then moved over with Prince coming.
Well, that's got to be a huge relief for the Tigers, knowing that he can do a decent job at third base. 0-2 pitch to Suzuki is rolled foul. So Verlander pitching tonight. He is scheduled to pitch on Sunday here at the Coliseum.
I don't think any of the Tiger fans thought their team would be 14-14 through the first month, end of the second month of the season.
Drops down and away.
Nobody thought the Angels would be 13-17 entering play tonight.
The Angels were shut out tonight in Minnesota 5-0. Give you some of the details a little bit later on. See the Mariners down at the bottom. They just got a 2-run single. 5-3.
2 clubs in baseball with single digits in wins. Kansas City at 9, Minnesota 7, so 8 for Minnesota. Kansas City.
2-2 to Suzuki. Smith with the lead at first. And that one's hit toward right center. Bautista gets over there and back. He's got it for out number 1. So Suzuki, after walking in the second inning, flies out here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Barton.
Now batting, first baseman, number 10, Darren Barton.
Barton reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Barton hitting in the 8th spot. He had a good series over the weekend against the Rays. He was 4 for 8. Had a couple of RBIs. He walked a couple times. So maybe it's the start of a little hot streak for Derek Barton. Checks his swing there. Takes low, 2-0.
Makes it tough on a manager when you have actually 2 first basemen. That is unusual. But Barton and Kahui, and kind of splitting the duties at first base, and depending on how long Cespedes is out, we'll see if Kahui gets some at-bats at DHing or vice versa. But
on the ground towards second. Out at second, the throw sails into the Blue Jays dugout.
E3.
Fielder's choice E6 is the call. So that's the third error by the Blue Jays in this game. Escobar just looked like he didn't have a good grip on it. Did get taken out a little bit, but not a lot.
Now, I think he was so upset after not getting the last error. He wanted to make sure he got a legitimate error this time. That was legitimate. I mean, that's into the dugout. Nice feed by Johnson. Seth Smith hustling in, and maybe got the right leg, or at least Escobar might have been thinking about being taken out. But that's clearly an E6. Like the other ones.
So, RBI chance for Taylor. With 2 outs. Big Mike is, a lot of people call him, rolls at 5. It's a good name for him. 6'6". 250 pounds.
Get some elevation on some of the line drives he hit in Tampa over the weekend.
Breaking ball, had a good one.
That would have been a good one to lift off. It's been pull the trigger. Good off-speed pitch, good breaking ball coming in back door. And if you're a hitter and a runner's in score position, don't look for fastball. If it is, it's going to be off the plate, kind of as a setup or a purpose pitch.
And he goes with a changeup, and he gets Taylor. Second time Taylor has struck out. The A's strand another runner. That's 6 through 4 innings. Players to lead the majors in home runs in consecutive seasons. Jose Bautista, 2010 and 2011. A-Rod and Mark McGwire in 98 and 99. So that's when Big Mac was with the Cardinals. Most home runs, and again, that's since 2010. Bautista on top, no surprise there, 102. This is the leadoff man, Kelly Johnson, who has done the damage. A 2-run homer in the 3rd inning, and then Kurt Suzuki got hit again.
Where this time?
He's going to need a suit of armor.
Well, it's a left hand again because
Reddick quickly getting back, and a nice play by Reddick.
You know, Darkenau used it to pick up for Josh Reddick, but I think Kurt Suzuki, see him holding his left hand. As you mentioned, he tries to catch the ball in the pocket, but because the foul ball went off the side of his catcher's mitt, that's when it jars the hand. And ideally, you put you put a brace on your wrist so it's only one position, you don't have to worry about it, but you can't do that.
And of course, probably the best way for it to get better is to not catch.
Something he's only going to do in about October, late October, November.
So that's a tough deal. So 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning, and here comes Bautista.
Well, I will say I can think of really 3 games he could have come out, but he stayed in the games. He did get Sunday off in Tampa. I think he hasn't played since Saturday night. What's the big deal?
Should be all right.
Yeah. 72 hours to rest until he gets banged in the first couple of innings.
So here's Bautista.
See if Suzuki's moved back a little bit. Let's hope so.
And there's a line drive, and that's a base hit for Bautista. 2-out single. Hit number 4 for the Jays.
Now batting.
Suzuki, let's see if it goes after it. Move it back, move it fast. Yeah. Looks like Bautista shortened his backswing as follow through.
Adam Lind is 0 for 2. Lind with the ground out to first and a fly ball to right field. Couple of home runs for big left-handed hitter. Lind had that really good year, 2009, and he got a long-term contract. He has a contract that has him signed through next year. Bautista is signed through 2015.
He got a big one after his first monster season. Everybody thought, it's a fluke, you better not do it. All he did was match it. Just kept going, getting better and better.
And it'll probably be a bargain if there is such a thing. That kind of money. 2-0 to Lind. When bounced toward Weeks, he flips to second, side retired, a hit and a runner left. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th inning from the Coliseum. 2-0 Blue Jays.
Reverse replay, and Jose Bautista, swing number one, big follow through, bang, off the left hand of Kurt Suzuki. He apologizes, and what does he do this time? Oh, shorten it a bit. Bring it back. Get your hand out of the way, and that's a nice man, isn't it? What a gentleman.
Top of the order for the A's.
Hitters are concerned about that.
Sure.
I mean, they know, of course, it's kind of what is called a violent swing, follow through, and catchers have to be aware, or beware, because it can do some damage. It could hit any part of the left hand, arm, wherever.
2-0 to Weeks. A's with 3 hits in the game. Weeks has one of them. He led off the bottom of the first with a single, and then he hit a hard ball to center field in the third that was caught. Tough road trip for Jamal. He went 2 for 24, and he sat out a game. His groin a little bit sore. Real pitch is way inside, and Romero walks the leadoff man, and that's the 3rd walk issue. See if the A's can turn that leadoff walk into something.
It's almost like the mindset of get somebody on base and then I'll become a pitcher. And Romero, we have seen tonight, when he has had runners on base, he is a completely different pitcher. Aaron Sebia, his catcher, also knows that the type of pitcher he is when he gets runners in scoring position. In this case, a runner at first, and Jamal hopes to be in scoring position soon.
First pitch, a strike on the outside corner to Pennington. Pennington, a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. That got Weeks to second. Then he hit a line drive to Eric Thames in left field in the third. Weeks inches off. He's got a very big lead.
Good base runners, base stealers say they can read the left-handers move better than they can a right-hander. A lot of times a left-handed pitcher, if he's throwing to first, will look to the plate. If he's throwing home, he'll throw to first. Or look to first and try to look the runner back to first base.
Quick throw. But the A's still lead the American League in stolen bases as a team. They have 26.
Aaron Sebia not throwing behind the hitter, but from his knees.
And Weeks goes. Pitches a strike. The throw, not close, and Weeks has a steal.
They're basically telling the pitcher not going to get a very good chance to throw out a speedy base runner. So once again, Aaron Sebia throwing from his knees. Not going to get as much on the throw. And the accuracy, this one thrown towards shortstop, but he had no chance whether he stood up or threw from his knees, and probably felt he had a little bit better chance. See what Romero did? He ducked. You got a guy throwing for your knees, there's no chance to throw over you, so you better duck down fast.
Swing and a miss. No, he just got a piece of a big overhand curve.
Jamal faking and saying, I'll just run anyway. And that time, nice slide. So he's been working with Ricky where to start his slide, because that time he slid and popped up with his feet on the bag instead of trying to grab onto the bag with his foot.
Weeks now 6 for 8 on the year.
You think about third too.
Check swing, no swing. Checking with Ed Hickox.
The thing that Jamal Weeks does, and his ability to steal third as well as second, which he's already done, and there's a check swing by Cliff Pennington, and a lot of body went forward, but not the bat. But you see how Escobar is paying attention, holding Jamal Weeks. They expect Pennington, I guess, to hit the ball to the right side, because Escobar has given up the entire left side of the infield.
Pickoff, and Escobar makes the play this time. Last time they tried it, the ball went into center field. But they're clearly concerned about Weeks taking off. Now Escobar gets back to his position and the pitch is low.
Jamal knows, and of course Mike Gallego at third base coach, and he is telling him exactly where Escobar is at second base.
Well, Ray, other teams read the same stats we do, and the A's have stolen third 8 times. That's the most in the majors. In fact, they stole third 4 times in 1 game.
At third base, Brett Laurie, a long way from the bag. He's playing deep, not so much off the line, but definitely deep.
Swing and a miss. A changeup out of the strike zone. So that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Well, we want to meet the Bay Area's most authentic athletes. Every month on Chronicle Live, we'll shine the spotlight on an individual who is making waves in their community through sports. Log on to csnbayarea.com to nominate your authentic athlete today. So that strikeout of Pennington was strikeout number 5 for Romero. So the A's in that rut tonight of not being able to get that big hit. They're now 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. And Weeks is sitting out there. Reddick is the hitter. Reddick will try to come through. He's a strikeout and he reached on an error. That one low, 2-0. Reddick batted in the first inning with a runner at third and 1 out and struck out.
It should be interesting to see how he pitches Reddick, the left-hander, because he has struck out Reddick in the first inning with a breaking ball, 3-2, with the runner in scoring position. But the next 4 he has struck out with changeups and all right-handers. Taylor twice, Pennington, Brandon Inge. That's not a strike.
Delayed call by Mark Carlson, looked low.
He called it early, but this is really to the extreme, and plus the delay on top of it. So, wow. Shanghai.
Maybe a little bit low. Pickoff, and getting back is Weeks.
The second look, because he was running. I mean, he was started to third base. Had Romero thrown to the plate, he would have made it easy. And then able to get back, because after the error, ball into center field, Romero has just not been as aggressive throwing the ball to second base.
Reddick drives one right center and deep, and that baby is gone.
Josh Reddick got a fastball. He worked the count, pulled the hands in, did a great job. Watch him pull the hands in. What a great job. He has hit now 6 home runs, and I've got him hitting only 1 on a fastball, and what a perfect time to do it. And there's no doubt. And he's got his WWF belt out in right field, but somebody
So just like that, this game is tied. Thanks to Reddick, and here's Gomes. Takes low.
And somewhere Ricky Henderson had to be looking at that young man and saying they might have distracted Romero just enough by dancing off second, thinking about stealing third. He'd already stolen second. But Ricky could distract a hitter more and better than anybody, and Jamal might have just done the same thing. Josh Reddick with a fastball. Again, watch his hands as he pulls them in to get the good part of the bat on the ball. And once he connected, no doubt he could have run straight down the line. And there's the belt. WWF. That's it. A walk, stolen base, and a 2-run home run. And Cespedes is out of the lineup. Josh Reddick takes over.
So 6 homers and 13 RBIs now for Reddick, having a very nice year. That's high. 3-1 to Gomes. See what Gomes gets to hit on 3-1. Fastball inside. He walked him. So another walk for Romero. That's 4.
Well, let's see if Jared Parker can feel the same about this game tonight as Tommy Malone did Sunday. Bruce Walton, former Athletics pitcher, and doing a very good job for John Farrell and the Blue Jays out to visit. Asking John Farrell, pretty good pitcher and pitching coach himself, but becomes a manager. Bud Black, same way with the Padres leaving the Angels. But John Farrell could not say anything but great things about Bruce Walton and how he has worked with the pitching staff. And that's quite a compliment coming from the manager who was a pitching coach and a very good pitcher himself, John Farrell.
That staff with the 6th best ERA in the American League coming into tonight's game. Talking to Alan Ashby, the longtime broadcaster for the Blue Jays. He said starters have been very, very good. Bullpen, a little up and down. Starters have been solid so far. Right now, Romero seems a little out of whack after giving up that home run to Reddick.
Got a great addition to the ball club. And it's always nice if you're told you're going to play every day. It's the greatest thing a player can hear. Position player to know that no question, don't have to look at the lineup except to see where you might be hitting. He's been hitting third pretty much the whole season.
Gomes, good lead at first, and the pitch is a swing and a miss. So Brandon Inge is gone, and that is the 6th strikeout for Romero. Inge 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. He's having trouble with that change.
It's been a good one from Romero, and just tried to hold back, tried to wait.
So here's Smith. I wonder, Ray, if the reason that left-handed hitters have had more success against Romero than right-handed hitters is that changeup.
No doubt. No doubt about it. And that's why I thought with Reddick and Gomes coming up, he just made a mistake with Josh with a fastball. Might have been off the plate a little bit. Like you figure if you're a very good left-hander, you're not going to see as many left-handed hitters. And especially with the changeup that Romero has to be able to throw. I've not seen him throw one to a left-hander tonight. Been mostly fastballs and sliders, but changeup definitely a strikeout pitch, 5 of his 6 against the right-handers.
Smith has got a hit. Singled in the 4th inning. He also grounded out in the 2nd. He's with 4 hits. Romero has walked 4. Smith had a good swing, fouls it into the second deck. Tigers 5, Mariners 3, top of the 5th inning. Millwood and Verlander both still pitching. Toward left field, shallow, a broken bat. Thames comes in, makes the catch, side retired. Josh Reddick with home run number 6. And this game is all tied at 2 after 5.
A's Kids Baseball Hat Day. 7,500 kids will receive an A's cap driven by Chevrolet before the A's take on the Tigers at 7:05 or 5:05. That is, make that 5:05 because of the movie following the game. For more information and tickets, go to OaklandAthletics.com/tickets. 5:05 Saturday late afternoon game against the Tigers. Is that late afternoon or early evening? It's, I guess, both.
All right. You got to jump on everybody. He's got the kid's cap.
Hope he doesn't tell everybody. David Renetti will be inundated with calls.
Hit hard, but foul. Encarnacion, Thames, and Laurie here in the top of the 6th inning. It is now a 2-2 game. That one towards center. Reddick is there, and he's got it. So that's out number 1. Shutdown inning time, right?
Definitely.
So here's Thames.
Number 14, Eric Thames.
So Thames 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Good changeup. Good arm action, and it just dropped right in, and it would have been a strike even if he had taken it. And a quick 0-2. So a 79-mile-an-hour changeup for a strike, swinging, and then a 91-mile-an-hour fastball for a called strike. We'll see what Parker does on 0-2. And that one, it could have been a strike, probably was a strike, but called the ball.
A lot of times they go waist away, but he went inside corner. Looked like he had nailed the corner.
Gets him with the changeup. Thames strikes out for the second time.
fastball in, miss, goes back away with a changeup. And between Romero and Parker tonight, the changeup is the #1 pitch. Again, like Romero, comes out of the arm slot, the arm speed the same, just different grip creates a lesser velocity.
So here's Laurie. Laurie doubled in the 4th, grounded out in the 2nd. So back-to-back breaking balls to Laurie to start his at-bat, 2-0.
Each of the last 2 innings. Actually make it 3. 2 outs, but got a runner on base. So the old put away. Get 2 outs, get back to the dugout very quickly. But Laurie did it last at bat when he first 2 guys made out, then he doubled.
Good pitch right at the knees. So 2-2 to Laurie. This one, shallow center. Weeks racing back. He's got it, and that is a shutdown 3-up, 3-down inning for Parker. And we're moving to the bottom of the 6th. 2 games. Time for the Coors Light freeze can. Coors Light freeze can is brought to you by Frostbrewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. 2-run homer by that man Josh Reddick in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tied this game up at 2-2. Jared Parker with a shutdown inning in the top of the 6th. And that is where we are at, bottom of the 6th. It'll be Suzuki, Barton, and Taylor against Ricky Romero, who has walked 4, struck out 6. So Romero's first pitch to Suzuki is at the knees, first strike. A walk and a fly out to right field for Kirk. Slice down the right field line, but it's hooking and it'll drop foul.
A ball like that, you just watch the hitter. He'll tell you he started to run and then realized the ball was going to slice into foul territory, and it did. Kurt might have been waiting for the changeup and got a fastball, and even though he didn't have 2 strikes at the time, hit the ball to the right side.
So the 0-2 to Suzuki, and he gets jammed and he flips one foul, and I think Kurtz long backswing. Got Aaron Sebia.
Check the helmet. Bang. That's why you wear a helmet if you're catching. And Kurt knew he got him, but at least he hit him in the helmet where you still feel it. A little bit of a jar.
Yeah.
But not like the hand.
So the old college teammates, Romero and Suzuki. Way outside, so 1-2 the count. .95 pitches for Romero. And this one's lofted toward the right field. Bautista has it. So Ray, also coming up on this homestand is the A's first Throwback Thursday, and what they're doing is you walk in the ballpark, Ray, and they give you a scorecard, which kind of brings you back to the 70s when everybody had the scorecard, even the 80s.
90s, 2000s. Every year.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, it stopped?
We do.
Oh, as far as the score. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So fans can keep score. They get a bag of peanuts as well.
Wow. I like it.
So that's Throwback Thursday. The first one is this Thursday night. So you keep score, which is always fun. It does bring you back when more people kept score, and they gave you a program when you walked in.
Well, I think they ought to make everybody turn in their scorecards when the game is over.
That's right. Like in golf.
Yeah, sign the name, and maybe get a prize if you do it correctly.
That's right. No mistakes.
You have to do it in pen instead of pencil of the eraser.
Well, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see the inside where it's the actual
it's full scorecard.
Yeah.
So you
should show that.
You got the action. Everybody keeps score a different way.
So when Dick Callahan does the lineup, you better pay attention.
You got to write it in, and you got to.
So he has to do it very slowly, so that in case there's a difficult spelling, he'll spell the name Cespedes. Or we could get the guy in Baltimore who does the announcing.
That's right, the fans.
From the stands is right below the press box.
So that's Throwback Thursday. So that's fun. High strike, 2-2.
That will be the Detroit Tigers. Yeah. And welcome Jim Leland and the Tigers from Motown in town.
Also on Throwback Thursdays, the organ's going to be playing, which is good. We like that.
There's a changeup to a left-hander. It's worked so well against the righties, but in the dirt, and Derek Barton wouldn't bite.
Barton has worked it full with Taylor in the on-deck circle. So a 2-2 game here at the Coliseum. And Barton takes the walk, so good at bat for Barton. So that is the 5th walk now issued by Romero. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. On this date, 1968, Catfish Hunter throws the 9th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. It was the first in the American League since Charlie Robertson's. You remember Charlie Robertson back in 1922. It was also the first in Oakland franchise and the first since Bill McCann's when they were with the Philadelphia Athletics way back in 1947.
Best part about that was a 3-hit game, drove in 3 runs. Did Catfish in a 4-0 win. That was before the DH was introduced to the big leagues, the American League. But
through 107 pitches, 11 strikeouts, perfect game for Catfish Hunter again. That was 1968. There was not a perfect game after that until Len Barker did it with the Indians in 1981.
Caught by Ron Hassey. The only catcher to catch 2 perfect games. There's Martinez and
El Presidente, El Perfecto.
Yep.
Taylor swings at the high fastball. Taylor's had trouble with that changeup. There he just went through the fastball. Action now in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. Frazier gets up. 105 pitches now for Romero. And the 1-2 pitch, again off speed, and Taylor swings and misses for the 3rd time.
There's Dallas Braden's perfect game on Mother's Day 2010. And Braden, he didn't know who to have. So everybody had. Perfect game here at the Coliseum. Unbelievable. Still hard to believe. Just think about that last pitch he thought was 2-2. It was 3-1. But this is the homestand that his grandmother Peggy Lindsay might be bringing some heat friends.
There's your no-hitters. Of course, Catfish and Dallas Braden, the only perfect game. Line drive, left center field. That's a base hit. They cut it off. Does Rasmus. Barton headed for third, and he will stop there. And Weeks has a double, second and third.
That's the speed of Cody Rasmus getting to the ball, cutting it off. It goes to the wall. The A's have the lead. Mike Gallego was hopeful with 2 outs that the ball would keep going, but Jamal Weeks has swung the bat unbelievably tonight. He's been on base every time. The 1 out was to the warning track in center field, but Rasmus got to it, and Mike Gallego had to put up the stop sign. But good to see Jamal Weeks hitting line drives, and boy, that's something he and Chili Davis have been working on. Trying to get the line drives and ground balls, and not so much the fly balls, the long fly balls that were caught. I mean, he bounced one of the changeups that Aaron Sibia won't be able to catch, although he's blocking everything tonight.
Pennington takes a fastball for a strike at 90 miles an hour. So Pennington's been all right this year with the runners in scoring position at 278. Chance for the A's to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. One bounced. Lynn knocks it down, picks it up, flips to Romero just in time. That was not an easy play. Tough hop. Lynn was able to knock it down. So the A's strand a pair. 7th inning coming up. 2-2 game. Question. Log on to csncalifornia.com to post your question. Rodney from Walnut Creek asks, does Bob Melvin really not sit down during the game?
He does not.
I think so.
You know, it's something that he has talked about, and I think it's a great philosophy if you think about his reasoning. He said, if you sit down as a manager, your players see you sitting down, you know,
sure.
What incentive?
I'll buy it.
And I think there's a lot of truth to it, because you've seen and played for managers that just kind of sit there. You go, okay. But there's a difference, and you can see there's one time he did, and see if he mentions that.
Well, he's superstitious, and most ball players are. But Bob, maybe a little even more than normal. Maybe we should just get the manager's reasoning. We're going to do that for you. We're going to scramble down in the next 30 seconds, get a soundbite from him, and then we'll run it for you.
Make sure there's an out. We don't want him talking while Parker's trying to get an out here. First out.
Our crew can do some miraculous things. 2-2 pitch to Erasmus is close, but a bit inside. Full count. Aaron Sebia will be next, and then Kelly Johnson. So 8, 9, and 1 for the Blue Jays. Top to 7th. Parker at 94 pitches. Swing and a miss. A 3-2 changeup. And he gets Rasmus for out number 1. All right, we got the interview done. Bob Melvin tells us about sitting and standing in the dugout.
I think it's important the players know that I'm just not sitting there. You know, I mean, they're out there, you know, playing hard, working hard, doing their thing. The least I can do is stand up and be part of it. You know, and also you want to give off the, I don't want to say impression, but they want to, I'm in charge, and, you know, through good and bad, I'm going to stand tall with our guys.
All right, I'm buying it.
Absolutely.
I'm buying it.
Well, then, you know, there's one time he was sitting down, and I asked him, I said, "You okay?" He said, "My back was killing me. I had to sit down."
There's going to be a good reason if he's sitting down.
That was the only reason, because it was so unusual to see him sitting down. It was on this last road trip, and he said, "My back was just bothering me so much. I had to sit down." He's got his bench coach Chip Hale, who is right there with him.
Parker's retired 9 of the last 10, and he's found a groove.
And Jared Parker is Ryan Cook heating up quickly, but Parker third start each time into the 7th inning, trying to get through the 7th for the first time. But again, he has 2 outs, and as he did last inning, 1, 2, 3. Nice to do the same in this inning.
Good pitch there. Took a little off. Eased it in there. Outside corner. 2-2.
Remarkable game, considering only 8 more strikes than balls in the inning, or in the game.
And that one just missed. Close pitch. So 3-2.
Same snap of the ball he wanted to pitch. Thought maybe he had the strike, as Kurt Suzuki got it right there. See if he throws him a 3-2 changeup.
Popped out of play. He likes that changeup tonight, doesn't he?
Dallas Braden has to be impressed. He's got one of the best on the team. He'll throw it multiple times, and he just threw it 3-2. Hitter can't be looking for it again.
And he did throw it again, and he missed inside. So ball in the dirt. So 2-out walk to Kelly Johnson. That is walk number 5 for Parker. So here's Escobar. Cook heating up in the bullpen.
Now batting, number 5, Janelle.
You like to see a manager and bench coach work together. Of course, yeah. Bob Melvin and Chip Hale been together a while, and see a lot of things going on the bench. I guess if they were sitting down, you couldn't see the same thing.
Runner goes. Pretty good jump by Johnson, and he's going to steal it easily. So Kelly Johnson, a 2-run homer earlier in the game, and now a stolen base, and a big one.
Well, a huge jump. He went on first move, and the high leg kick by Parker.
Second steal of the year for Johnson. So that's the go-ahead run. 1-0 to Escobar. Escobar loops one to right field. Taylor coming in. He's got it. Side retired. So runner stranded. 7th inning stretch from the O.Co Coliseum. We got a 2-2 game. See if he's going to stay in the game. We do not know. So it's the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 game. Those are the 4 career starts for Parker. 1 last year with the Diamondbacks, 3 so far this year. And a new pitcher for the Blue Jays. When it's time for a change, think speedy oil change and tune-up. Oil change, tune-up, and smog expert Jason Frazier steps in for the 13th time. This is game number 30 for the Blue Jays, so he has been very busy.
A little different look for the A's. Fastball, slider, good fastball from the right-hander. It's a 3-pitch pitcher, but a workhorse, as the numbers indicate.
Reddick with the 2-run homer in the 5th for the A's runs, and pitches low. Interesting last season for Frazier, the right-hander. Long-time reliever for the Blue Jays. There's Ramiro's line. The 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 110 pitches. And he will get a no decision. He will not get his 5th win. Reddick has also struck out and reached on an error. So Frazier, in the bullpen for many years with the Blue Jays, gets traded to the White Sox mid-season. In the offseason, the White Sox trade him back to the Blue Jays. So he's back maybe where he belongs. His 9th year in the big leagues. The 3-1 pitch, and Reddick hits one high down the left field line. Heading toward the bullpen, and it drops right at the edge of the bullpen. So a full count with Gomes in the on-deck circle, and then Inge.
Well, Romero was hopeful that Escobar get a base hit, drive in Johnson, and be the pitcher of record. Right now, no decision as Escobar flied out to right field. I think for the same thing for Jared Parker, because I'd have to say he might be finished for the night. Just a matter of 1 out. We'll see if a reliever gets up, which is usually the case.
And a good at-bat for Reddick.
Here it is. Everybody always asks for this. Saturday, May 26th is Pet Adoption Day at the Coliseum. 10,000 fans will receive an A's pet calendar courtesy of Central Garden and Pet when the A's play the New York Yankees. Mark off the days with your favorite A's players. For tickets, call 877-493-BALL or go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets.
Johnny Gomes is the hitter. Gomes, a good night, a couple of walks and a single. And that on the heels of a 5-for-9 series against the Rays. Joining us, Yoenis Cespedes was in the original lineup. He's taken out of the lineup. Hurt his hand a little bit in batting practice. That's really all we know. This one's hit toward shallow right. Bautista comes in. He's got it. Gomes is retired.
I think the biggest thing we're going to be looking forward to is tomorrow morning. See how he feels, and if indeed he is in the lineup, is that he's sent out tonight in hopes of being able to play tomorrow in the 2nd game of the series.
Luis Perez starts to throw, so that's the situation we're with Yoenis Cespedes. Keep our fingers crossed on that one. Cook now gets up, so it looks like he will come in for the top of the 8th inning. He will face the heart of the Blue Jays order. Brandon Inge steps in, and Inge takes a fastball right there for a strike. Inge is 0 for 3 with a ground out and a couple of swinging strikeouts.
He has to be extremely happy to see somebody other than Romero, especially with a great changeup Romero was throwing.
Reddick at first. Now Reddick has decent speed, and he's not afraid to steal a bag. Well, we think he was happy that Romero's gone.
Well, he's not even thinking about the Oakland numbers against Frazier. Yeah, he just knows that tonight Ricky Romero had his number.
Reddick's got 3 steals on the year. Has not been thrown out. So the 0-2 pitch is outside as Inge holds up. And he did indeed check. That's the go-ahead run. Reddick inches off. Pretty good lead. And a fastball, 93 miles an hour, but off the outer edge. Prince Fielder has just homered for the Tigers. Tigers lead the Mariners 6-3. That game in the 7th inning. Showing a highlight of that game. It was a long one.
Has to be in Seattle. That's a big yard.
Yeah.
But Prince is a big guy, and we'll get to see him for the first time coming over from the National League.
Bounce toward third. Out at second, out at first, and that's a double play. So Inge hits into the 5-4-3 double play side. Retired. 8th inning coming up. 2-2 game. Brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Swing away for big league cash only at Cache Creek. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. Nice night at the Coliseum and a good ball game. 2-2. These two teams will have a day game tomorrow, and then that's it. It's just a 2-game set. Tomorrow, day baseball from the Coliseum. Well, it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts as Ryan Cook takes over, and he's really been one of the great stories for the A's so far in the early season. Does not have an ERA in 13 games.
I'd like to be coming in to set up possibly Grant Balfour for a save, but right now just trying to save the A's and get them back in the dugout, trying to score in the bottom half of the 8th inning. But Good fastball, good hard slider. It just gets better and better.
Bautista, Lind, Encarnacion. So 3 powerful hitters. The first pitch is that slider that drops low. Bautista, a walk, a fly out, and a single. Swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour.
Boy, Suzuki has to be happy that follow through didn't get it, because that was a vicious swing. Look at the leg kick and everything into it.
Fastball close, but a bit outside.
We're watching Bob Boone, great catcher who caught for the Yankees and Phillies, great major league catcher, managed also, but he caught everything with his glove probably about 4 inches from his chest. Framed everything into the strike zone, but he never reached for the ball. Always let the ball come to him, which if that happens, you do that. You never worry about catcher's interference with the glove getting in the way or with a follow through and a bat hitting your hand. Bautista there got the ball in on him a little bit, popped it up and out of play.
So 2-2 the count to Bautista. That one's hit high left field. Smith waiting for it to come down, and he's got it. Out number 1. Here's our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow afternoon's game against the Blue Jays. It's Tyson Ross and Brandon Morrow. Morrow off to a good start, good ERA. Tyson Ross, a couple of tough starts in a row, so he's going to try to bounce back. A couple of Cal products, Morrow and Ross. So there's your matchup tomorrow. That's a radio-only game. One out. Here's Adam Lind, who takes a bit low. Lind, a couple of groundouts and a fly out. Lays off that one. It's outside. Encarnacion, right-handed hitter waiting in the on-deck circle. Ryan Cook this year has allowed just 3 hits. It's tough to hit.
He is, and again, talking to Derek Shelton, hitting coach for the Rays, and he said, watch his delivery, kind of a wrap, the way he takes his hand back and wraps it. It's not the smooth delivery that you see, but he said he even wraps the ball differently, which makes it difficult to pick up the ball as a hitter. Of course, from the starter to the bullpen makes a huge difference. He can just come in and air it out. He does do that. He throws hard and very consistently in the mid-90s with the fastball, and once the slider that he throws very hard. I mean, it's kind of a pitch that hitters swing at because they can't see it. A lot of times it's out of the strike zone, as was the case in Baltimore when he struck out 4 in 1 inning.
2-2 pitch to Lind. And that slider squirted out of his hand, so it's a full count.
And Carter Rapp, watch behind his back as it takes the ball back. That time his body blocked it. But you can see it from the center field camera. That time he just left the slider up. But watch his hand as it goes back out of his glove. This is called the old wrap right there.
Yeah, pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball, and Lind missed it, and that's 2 out.
Well, there's a 95 up in the zone, but after missing with the breaking ball, then had to be pretty sure that he was going to get a fastball. He got it, just couldn't catch up.
Well, the fans feel the same way we do. Ken Korach back tonight, his first game this year. He had knee replacement surgery. Took a little time. Showed us his scar. He's doing good. So we're
anything else?
No,
I mean, he comes back and 2 guys get hurt. What's going on?
No, yeah, we let him know that too.
Knee replacement, and
we told him that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But it's good to have him back.
Yep.
He's a good man, a terrific announcer, and I'm sure he Well, you missed 30 games. That's not easy.
Well, he said he listened and watched every one of them.
And a close play and a nice play. And Cook with a 3-up, 3-down inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. See if Ken Cora can get us some runs. 2-2 game. All right, here's our game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. The Blue Jays got on the board. 3rd inning, a 2-run homer by Kelly Johnson. So it was 2-0. The A's answered back. Josh Reddick, a 2-run shot, his 6th of the year. That was in the bottom of the 5th inning. So that knotted the game at 2-2. Both starting pitchers, pretty good. Ricky Romero came into the game 4-0. He went 6 innings, had 7 strikeouts. Parker, he went 7 innings, and he pitched very well, giving up just 4 hits. He did walk 5, but pitched well, and both the starters are gone. That's our game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. So the outcome still in doubt as we're knotted at 2. And the Blue Jays go back to their bullpen. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up from smog experts. It's the veteran, and I mean veteran, Darren Oliver.
Well, from pitching Game 6 in the World Series against the Cardinals to siding with the Toronto Blue Jays. And he pitched in that unbelievable game, come back twice by the Cardinals. But at 41, that's all the clubs he's pitched for. He's done a good job.
Well, the last 4 years, so not you're talking about a guy who's 41 years old. The last 4 years, his ERAs 2.88, 2.71, 2.48, and 2.29. Doing something right.
Absolutely.
Smith lofts one towards center. Colby Rasmus is under, and he's got it. Smith is retired. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Authentic fans know where to find the best deal in Bay Area baseball. Comcast Sportsnet California's Authentic Fan Fridays right here at the Coliseum. Get a ticket in our value deck behind home plate, an A's Truckers hat, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher, all for one great price. It's the best deal in Bay Area baseball. It's Comcast Sportsnet's Authentic Fan Friday. There's the hat, folks. The one on the right, it's the A's trucker hat. I like it. Log on to csncalifornia.com for details. Escobar to his right. Straightens up and throws out Kirk Suzuki for out number 2. So that'll bring up Derek Barton. So Oliver with a couple of quick outs here at the bottom of the 8th.
First baseman, number 10, Derek Barton.
Derek Barton has been on base 3 times, but he doesn't have a hit. He's reached on a fielder's choice twice. And then he walked in the 6th inning. Long run. It's the third baseman, Laurie, who goes down over that mound. And that's where things get difficult to navigate when you're running on flat ground. And then you got to climb a hill. You get hurt doing that, too.
Well, he had to know. I mean, very aggressively going after the ball, but it's something you can't look down and look up for the baseball. And unless you're really familiar with it, there's the incline, and then there's no way you can keep your feet. And fortunately, he does seem to be okay as he sprinted back to third base. That will get a lot of first and third basemen, even outfielders, as they run towards the bullpen mound. One of, just think of a couple in the American League that actually have the bullpens in play, or in the playing field. Tampa Bay and here. Can't think offhand of another one.
Outside corner, strike 3 called. So Oliver with a quick inning. So on to the 9th inning. It'll be Thames, Laurie, and Rasmus were tied at 2.
Is on Friday, May the 25th. The show set to the sounds of TV show theme songs and presented by Xfinity. Begins after the A's play the Yankees. Yes, that's the New York Yankees at the Coliseum. Bring the family and your picnic blankets and enjoy the show from the outfield grass. On-field capacity is limited. For tickets and information, go to OaklandAthletics.com. And as we mentioned about the fleece blanket, there's your blanket, folks. Get the fleece blanket this weekend and fireworks show on Friday night, May the 25th, and you can use that fleece blanket on the field watching the fireworks.
So it is the top of the 9th inning of a 2-2 game. The A's bring in the closer, Grant Balfour. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and spa expert. So Balfour comes in. Obviously, not a safe situation, but when you're at home and it's tied, a lot of managers will use their closer for the top of the 9th inning. Hopefully they have a good inning and try to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Eric Thames to lead it off. First pitch to Thames is a strike. Thames is 0 for 3, a ground out and a couple of strikeouts. He is a struggling hitter right now. 3 hits in his last 23 at bats.
Well, he has speed also, which is always dangerous in this part of the game. That's what you like to see.
Swings wildly at that pitch.
Curveball in the dirt, and when you see a hitter swing at a pitch like that, it's just a little bit too anxious, not staying back, recognizing a pitch that badly out of the dirt or out of the strike zone.
2-pitch jammed in. That's a broken bat. With the bat boy right there.
Brett can do it all.
I think the bat boy had a new bat in Thames' hand before the foul ball was picked up. And I'm not even joking around.
That's Brett, and that's what Mikey Thalbom and they all learned from Matt and Cliffy, no doubt.
Thames does not swing at that one. 2-2 the count.
I think they learned from Matt and Cliffy, but Matt and Cliffy never ran that hard to get to. They're both still with the A's, though. Matty on the visiting side, Cliffy down on the home side with Goose and the crew.
Just missed. 3-2.
Looks like the same pitch that was called a strike in the first pitch thrown by Balfour.
Payoff pitch to Thames. And he hits that one to left center. That's hit well. Smith on the run, still on the run, and it's off the wall, and it rolls away. And Thames is going to dig around second, and he's going to head for third, and they missed it. A very close play at third, and Thames got in.
Well, it's a lot closer than what it looked like it was going to be, especially when Seth Smith got to the wall in left center. Looked like he almost caught it. And Balfour knew when he threw the fastball, might have thought that Thames had hit it out. But Smith to the wall and then hit off him. Reddick back in. Pennington with a tremendous relay and bang, bang. And home plate umpire with the rotation. Did his hand get in? Barely if he did. And you see Brandon Ange holding the tag in the event. Thames came off the bag.
It looked like he got in there.
Yeah, it looked like the hand got in when he tagged him on the backside, but it got to the count of 3-2 after he swung a curveball in the dirt.
Rajai Davis is the pinch runner. So Thames is fast, but not as fast as Rajai. So Laurie the hitter, and he watches it drop low. 1-1 the count.
Your attention, please, ladies.
Take a look.
For Toronto.
Like the ball,
Davis,
he got him. Well, and he was safe. He got his hand. And
good call by Mark Carlson. Infield in, obviously. It's the go-ahead run. Laurie is 1 for 3 with a double. And he bounces that one. Weeks has it. And he gets the out at first. 1 out. And a big one.
Well, that is huge. When you're playing the infield and you're hoping for ground balls. And it's early enough in the count that Lowry has had a good night. At least a hustle double. But this time could not get the ball to the outfield.
So that'll bring up Colby Rasmus. Rasmus is 0 for 2 with a walk. See that AL average? Getting runners home from third with less than 2 outs. 55%.
Yep.
Guess you'd think maybe it would be a little higher than that.
Should be. It should be, but sometimes hitters put pressure on themselves.
Pitch is outside to Rasmus. On deck is J.P. Arancibia.
Pressure's on one guy, the guy on the mound, to get the job done, and just hope that Rasmus is feeling the same thing and Balfour can get it done. He gets this out without a run score, and the infield can move back.
2-0 now to Rasmus. Rasmus is another struggling hitter. 2 for his last 20. Taylor in right field is really pinching the right center field gap. Long ways over. Missed again. So now the count is 3-0.
John Farrell might give him the green light, and only because they think they're going to put him on anyway, not even take a chance. And what this does do is Bob Melvin has to make the decision whether to set up for a possible double play or continue to play the infield in. And one, that he's going to go out and discuss it, which always a good idea. But the problem you have is that Aaron Sebia tonight has doubled, ball in the air, fly ball to center, in the air, pop up to second. So basically a fly ball hitter, hoping for a ground ball.
Well, we got in-depth sports news for the Bay Area fan. Go deep with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai tonight at 10:30 on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. We'll have a reaction from the A's clubhouse on tonight's game. All the best action from the NBA playoffs and lots of action on the West Coast. Highlights from around Major League Baseball. Scott Reese, Damon Andrews will host. So the manager back to the dugout. And there's the go-ahead one. Rajai Davis at third. Rasmus at first. Aaron Sebia was the hitter. But I think it's our old friend Omar Vizquel, right? Yeah. And I think this is a situation where Aaron Sebia strikes out a lot. Yeah. Omar Vizquel sometimes can have that magic wand.
Well, he set a record this weekend in Anaheim where he became the oldest shortstop ever to play a major league game. At age 45, going back to 1918, that was the record that he passed. So he keeps going at 45, and here he is being asked to pinch hit and try to drive in the go-ahead run.
So Vizquel steps in. Biggest moment in this game.
Well, the thing is, the outfield can play shallow because Omar does not possess a lot of power, but he makes contact usually.
And that one in the dirt. Nice block by Suzuki.
You want to have confidence in your catcher that he can block a ball, and that's exactly what Suzuki did with the curveball in the dirt. Omar taken all the way.
Vizquel steps back in, of course, a switch hitter. Takes low again, 2-0. Vizquel's career hit total 2,843. He's going to have a hard time getting to 3,000.
Yeah, watch out, Rajai. Don't turn your back on it. Do not turn your back on Rajai Davis.
Bow 4. Peering in for the sign. 2-0 is the count to Vizquel. And now 3-0. Kelly Johnson, a left-handed hitter, is in the on-deck circle.
It's all Grant Balfour. Bullpen quiet, and I think Omar Vizquel is going to make him throw at least one, maybe two strikes before he swings the bat.
That one's in for a strike.
And he has taken 4 pitches exactly the way he took that
one. Long look down by Vizquel.
Ball's hit on the infield, on the ground. Rajai may be going on contact as he usually gets a good jump. Which, if he does go on contact and ball's hit on the ground, it's got to be one that's hit right at an infield. And they're not in a position to turn a double play. If a ball is hit on the ground, they would just be happy with one. Be happy that if the ball is on the ground.
Bunted in the air. Caught, and everybody's going to be able to scramble back, but the A's get the big second out.
Wow.
Vizquel popped up the bunt.
I don't know that it was a suicide either, because Rajai Davis was not coming down line far enough to be doubled off. And the same with the runner at first. Let's watch Rajai in the top of the screen. No, he was not coming. That was all Omar Vizquel, a safety squeeze. On a squeeze play, the runner at third is breaking down the line, but Rajay was able to see it, that the ball was in the air. He got back. What a break for the A's.
So now 2 outs, and here's Kelly Johnson. First pitch to Johnson is just a bit low, but a good pitch. Balfour staring into Mark Carlson. He thought it was a strike. It looked like a strike. So 1-0 the count. Johnson, a 2-run homer in the third. 1-0 pitch, strike with a fastball on the outside corner.
Said it's the same pitch to Thames that he called first strike, but wouldn't call it strike 3. Same one at same location for Mark Carlson.
Reddick, the center fielder, shaded toward left center just a little bit. 1-1 line drive, right field base hit. Blue Jays take the lead. Davis comes in to score. 3-2. Looked like a breaking ball.
It was a curveball. Exactly.
That hurts.
Trying to get the big out with Vizquel, and the curveball just stayed up. And
Now batting, number 5.
well, stayed up in a sense that it was not thrown hard enough to get down out of the strike zone. And he just crushed it, even with the infield back, no chance for Jamal Weeks to catch it. So it's been a night for Kelly Johnson.
He has knocked in all 3. Here's Escobar. Well, this is where it's got to be hard for pitcher rating. Just keep your composure, because you're obviously steaming. But you don't want this to get any worse.
Steaming after the 3-2 fastball to Thames that he tripled.
Francisco Cordero ready to close it for the Blue Jays, or attempts to. Escobar, 2 walks and 2 flyouts to right field, and he takes a strike. Escobar is complaining about Balfour. Could it be a quick pitch, Ray?
Well, Balfour does not stop, and that's the thing that he's concerned that. That's what he's saying. And he doesn't do it. And the problem is he may get called a balk. And he gets in the groove, and kind of the rhythm, and he does not want to stop. He comes up and just barely comes to the required set position.
So you're supposed to set for a second, right? And Balfour, it's not very long that he sets if you watch. And there's a line drive, but foul. But it's not one continuous motion either, which obviously would be a balk then. There is a set, but it's just not very long. Pedro Figueroa throwing. 26 pitches by Balfour here in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays are taking the lead. Grounded in the hole. Pennington has it. He'll go to second, and they get the out there. Side retired. Kelly Johnson hurts the A's again with the 2-out RBI single. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 3-2 Blue Jays. A's will have to come back and win it here in the bottom of the ninth. They trail 3-2. And Michael Taylor is leading things off, and he'll do it against the veteran closer Francisco Cordero. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So 2 saves, 4 opportunities for Cordero. He is not the regular closer for the Blue Jays. The regular closer is Sergio Santos. There's Santos, but Santos is on the disabled list. Davis in left, Mathis is the catcher, so those are the 2 defensive changes. Santos came over in the trade from the White Sox in the offseason.
One of about 15 closers on the disabled list throughout Major League Baseball, and John Farrell said when they signed this gentleman, Cordero, 300+ saves, and it's exactly what they had hoped, and have him available. 328 Major League saves.
36 years old. 37 on Friday. 2-2 pitch is looped down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats foul.
That would have been the best pitch he was going to get. Hanging slider, and that's what he does. Cordero, 4-pitch pitcher, good fastball movement, but slider is a pitch he likes to throw. Goes down almost like a splitter.
Cordero has been an all-star 3 times. His last 4 seasons with the Cincinnati Reds. That one toward right. Long run for Bautista, and it is fair. And Michael Taylor is going to head into second with a double. So Taylor leads off the bottom of the ninth with what looked like a chalk line double down the right field line.
Sliced it down the right field line, got another breaking ball, almost as good as the one he just fouled down the right side, and just served it perfectly down the right field line. And you're right, might have been some of Clay Wood's chalk that just bounced up right on the chalk, and Bautista did a very good job getting it back in. Otherwise, Taylor, even with his 6'6" frame, has excellent speed. Not a triple like Thames hit on the top of the inning, but a nice leadoff double. So, Jamal, you've had a great night, just like Kelly Johnson. A couple of infielders leading off. Try to do it again. Huge hole on the left side of the infield.
Corner infielders in, Weeks to bunt, and he bunts it toward third, and it's a good one. Lowry guns it to first, and they just get Weeks. So a very nice bunt, and Weeks made it very close. So the tying run now at third. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth.
Boy, he deadened this ball. Lowry didn't know which way to go. Picked it up barehanded. He fired a bullet, and just barely Johnson able to pull his hand back to avoid a collision. That's the bunt you wanted to see. And Cliff Pennington has the chance.
Infield in. Outfield comes in a couple of steps. Bautista has a really good arm in right. Rasmus a good arm in center. Rajai Davis so-so in left.
But he charges it nicely, does Davis, and that can make up for a lot. But just hit the ball in the outfield.
Mathis and Cordero are going to go through it again. First pitch to Pennington is away. It squirts away, and Taylor thought about it and stayed at third.
Good idea. He'd been out.
Well, Mathis
unbelievable,
made a really nice play. He was all the way back to the dirt,
and he just missed it. And you know, I think that was a case of Taylor maybe couldn't see how far the ball was away from Mathis, but not only did Jeff Mathis slide get to the ball, made a perfect throw to Cordero.
So 1-0 the count to Pennington. Reddick is in the on-deck circle. The pitch. Off-speed pitch. Foul back. Low. Cordero, long look, now he's ready. To a pitch, base hit right field, and we are tied. Pennington hits it hard through the drawn-in infield.
Boy, Jamal Weeks, his excellent bunt following the double by Taylor, pulled the infield in, and John Farrell, Brian Butterfield could just watch as Pennington fastball inside. Watch him pull the hands. What a great job as the ball drifted out a little bit. But you have to hit it hard to get it through the infield, and Pennington did it perfectly. And now maybe you can steal second and get the scoring position for Josh Reddick. Although at first he's in scoring position as Reddick hit the 2-run home run earlier. So a blown save for Cordero. Grant Balfour is off the hook. Might as well give Balfour a win. That would be even better.
Dug out by Lynn, so the Blue Jays are worried about Pennington. Tigers still leading the Mariners 6-4. That game in the bottom of the ninth up in Seattle. Texas won today. They beat the Baltimore Orioles on the East Coast. The Angels lost. They were shut out by the Twins 5-0 in Minnesota. Pitch is called the ball, 1-0. Baseman Laurie is swung around right at the shortstop spot. Escobar is playing near second base. No, another shift. I think it's the year of the shift as well. It's the year of the injury and the year of defense playing shift. We haven't seen it a lot.
I heard today, Slings Buck Martinez, broadcaster for the Blue Jays, said that when they played the Rangers, for the right-hand hitters, they had 3 guys to the right side, and they hit right into it. Because the Rangers hitters wait well and go opposite field, especially right-handers.
It has to be all the sabermetrics that are now going toward defense.
Exactly.
Has to be.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something to it.
And every pitch, every ball hit, everything's documented, and they go by.
Pennington runs, and he's going to be in there without a throw. Winning run at second base.
Well, he looked like he wanted to run from the first pitch. Jeff Mathis had no chance, as Cordero, typical of closers, did not have a particularly great move. High leg kick, and look at the jump Pennington got. And the best thing that Mathis did was not throw. He had no chance. The only thing he could have done is thrown the ball to center field.
So now they'll walk Reddick, and they're going to pitch to Johnny Gomes.
And Johnny can't wait to get to the batter's box. He always liked that.
7 walks now by the Blue Jays pitcher.
Dave Henderson was the best. Hinder is the on-deck circle. Somebody intentionally walked in front of him. By the time the last pitch was thrown, he's the on-deck. He's already in the box. Do you want to pitch to me? Here I am. Well, let's hope Johnny Gomes think of the same thing. You know he's thinking it.
The numbers against Cordero. And tonight for Gomes, a walk, a single, a walk, and a fly ball to right field. 2 on, 1 out, a run in. A's have tied it here in the bottom of the ninth. So Gomes steps in. First pitch to Gomes in the dirt. Again in the dirt, 2-0.
See the look on John Farrell's face. Of course, I mentioned the pitching coach of the Red Sox, but when you have a lead, and the one thing you want is for your closer, the last pitcher, to close it out. Cordero's done it for him with Santos on the disabled list, but tonight the A's have battled back.
And that one squirts away, and the runners are going to move up.
Well, that's a break. That's a pass ball. Or I don't know.
Should be.
Well, we just have to wait and see exactly.
Yeah, it looks like he boxed
yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, this is a catchable ball. Right off. A pass ball. Wow.
So now they're going to walk Gomes to load the bases for Inge. So the only out so far was the sacrifice by Weeks. A double, a single, and 2 walks. So the A's a great chance to win it here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So a huge meeting at the mound. Batista's jogging in, and I'm wondering if they're not going to go with 5 infielders. In fact, I bet that's what they're going to do.
Well, Batista was an infielder, so it's not surprising. Or has been.
So Mark Carlson, he'll wait for a while, and then he will break up the meeting. That's his job. So we'll see how the Blue Jays line up defensively. They're going to have Rajay Davis in left center, and Colby Rasmus is going to be in right center. And Bautista, now he has the infield glove. So Johnson and Bautista talking it over, and the hitter's Inge, and they're going to put Bautista on the right side, and they're going to put Kelly Johnson, the second baseman, on the left side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go, and the first pitch to Inge is a ball. So you want, I guess you probably want Johnson near second base if there was a pivot play, something like that.
Well, I don't think that, well, that would be a rare double play if it happened, but
There's a shot to left, and that baby is gone. Walk-off grand slam for Inge. The A's win it 7-3. So party time at the Coliseum. The A's score 5 times in the bottom of the 9th. The last 4 on a grand slam by Brandon Inge. So the A's finish the road trip strong, and they come home and they give their fans a thrill. They give their fans a big thrill, and they win it. So that's a fun night, a good way to start the homestand. So Brandon Inge, who was having a tough night up until then, Ray, but he had the bases loaded, 5 infielders, and not only does he get them in, he hits a grand slam.
Well, a tough night for a few guys with Ricky Romero with the changeup, but what a big turn of events for the Athletics. And it's something about playing at the Coliseum and falling behind and going to the last at bat. And Brandon Inge against Cordero. And he kind of looked down. Please stay fair. I think he hit it so hard it wouldn't go foul. There's no way this ball was going to hit foul. And what a great sight at home plate. The bullpen, the guys left, speeding down towards the dugout or the home plate area for the celebration. And that ball was crushed, folks. Right on the barbecue terrace in left field. And Brandon Inge, welcome to Oakland and the Coliseum.
So it all started with Michael Taylor's double. He deserves a lot of credit for that, but Brandon Inge finishes it, and he's coming home to see his friends.
Well, he must have had a good off day yesterday. Looking for a place to live, because with shots like that, he's going to be in the lineup for a little bit.
Brandon, congratulations. What do you think about your first night at home at the Coliseum?
Man, I think it was pretty rough up until that last at bat. But you know what's funny is I still remember the days. I even knew it was coming too.
Well, you're waiting for it in Tampa. Josh Reddick, of course. Why not?
Of course.
He's even going to help you. How
Thanks,
about
buddy.
that? Huh?
You're so nice. Yeah.
So tell us. So you said you remember this stuff, but maybe being in a different uniform, right?
No, I remember. Obviously Bob Melvin, Kirk Gibson. They played a lot together, and I still remember something he said. He was saying that no matter what you've done in the game, which 0 for 4, I was having some bad at-bats, and said it only takes that one towards the end that can really help the ball club out. So you need to erase everything and just kind of focus on the last one. So I always remember that, and he's right. He really is.
Well, we like this habit. We had you on in Tampa after a 3-run home run. You come home with an off day yesterday. We hope you found a place to stay, because, like I said, you're going to be in the lineup a lot. Well, and you hit a grand slam. But you talk about your tough night, because that is something that's easy said now with the grand slam. But to go through those at-bats, knowing the changeup was coming, tough night, but then, of course, culminated with the grand slam. But leading up to that, how do you keep yourself going?
Just put it behind you. I've played many years of, some years have been rough, so I have practiced on that. So, but you know what? It's just a matter of focusing. And the guys in here, they want to win. I mean, the way that we came back, got on base, put some pressure on them. I mean, you owe it to the ball club to really focus on that last at bat. So, it's fun to play here for these guys on this team. They're great.
Well, tell us about the home plate, because they took care of you pretty good, but I know that's the way they do it in Major League Baseball now. But how good did it feel to get beat up at home plate?
That's the only time in your life that you do not care if you get beat up. I love it. I welcome it every time. Hopefully we can have some more of them. They put a whooping here. These Oakland boys, they know how to beat somebody.
Well, they jumped there, but you could not protect yourself. Well, you almost did. You put your hands up over your face. Josh Reddick, Reddick at least showed something. He came straight at you so you could see him instead of behind you. So
that
nice. Worked out.
So nice of him,
But, there's no doubt. And the A's looking for somebody to step in at third base. You have been that person, no doubt, in Tampa. You showed your power there, showed it again tonight. But when you see 5 infielders, everybody coming in, knowing that you just need to put the ball in play, what goes through your mind when you see everybody on the infield?
I think it's more of a mind trick. To be honest with you, if you hit the ball hard somewhere, I don't care how many fielders you have on the field. I've been blessed enough to watch Miguel Cabrera for the last couple of years, and they do the same thing to him. And he hits so hard, it doesn't matter if there's 20 guys on the field, they're still not going to catch it. So I didn't change a thing. I tried to make sure I stay in my game plan and just try to put a good swing on a good pitch.
Well, Brandon, we asked you on Sunday when we interviewed you what you were going to do on your off day. You said, I got a lot to do. I got to find a place to live. Everything work out for you okay?
Yeah, so far so good.
Good. We want you to be comfortable here in Oakland.
I'm already comfortable.
Now, just have to ask you, though, too. You're watching the board. You know who's coming in Thursday. How much are you looking forward to that?
Well, a lot. I mean, I'm still great friends with those guys. Right. So it'll be fun. And those guys like to compete, and I like to compete. So it'll be fun to play against them.
Look forward to it.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Nice job, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So Brandon Inge wins it.
Wow.
And, you think about the last home game. was the A's
right.
White Sox.
Yeah.
Extra innings, they tied it. They ended up winning it. But boy, Michael Taylor got it started. He deserves some credit because he had a bad night as well up until that final at bat, and he chalk lines a double, and that got things going.
We could actually had both of those guys on the interview because they both again, Ricky Romero was outstanding with the changeup, but you have to look what Jared Parker did. He matched him. He struggled like Tommy Malone did on Sunday. He settled down after Josh Reddick tied it with a 2-run home run. So credit to the A's pitching staff, no doubt, to be able to do that. And Graham Balfour to get that last out after he gave up the hit that put the Blue Jays ahead. But to get the last out, to give the chance one. It's always important if the closer takes the mound and you're the team, he only has 1 run to support, 1-run lead, because so many things can happen. The stolen base, the sacrifice, 2-run lead, it changes everything. But Jamal Weeks is a great bunt after Taylor's double, and just everything worked great for the Athletics in another great come-from-behind win. Indeed,
the A's show some more magic here at the Coliseum, and they win it 7-3, a 5 spot in the bottom of the 9th inning, inch the Grand Slam. 7-3 is your final. You've been watching A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's Post Game Live is next.